Lord. I could not believe the amount of problems I was having. So, let me see. I'll get the chat pulled up here. Say hello to everybody. Hey, Paul, Drone Worship, Mark H., John Burnett. It's good to see you all. I know, let's see, did I miss anybody else? ABP Films, I don't know if you're still on here. Mark H. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so, there's a reason I don't, well, yeah, anyway. It's good to be here with you all. Good to be live streaming. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. Tonight will be fun. My GoPro Hero 8 arrived today. Disclaimer, I bought it and paid for it. I'm going to give it a test and see how it does. There's some things I like about it, I think, and there's some things I already know I don't like about it. Hey, Joe, Is that like, Joe? I like your name. Anyway, ABP, thank you. Thank you all for hanging out through those technical difficulties and for not abandoning me, abandoning the stream. I really, really do appreciate it. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to bust open the GoPro Hero 8. Oh, I probably should have had my Weeble S sitting here too. I started running out of space on my SD card, so I had to go get a larger one because I've been using 64 gigabyte SD cards, and you're gonna watch me cut my fingers off in live. Anyway, and so fortunately they had some up here that I'm probably not going to be able to open without some serious help. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody good? Or today, this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is, this morning, wherever you are? Oh, that makes sense, Joe. Cool. Where in Canada? Whereabouts in Canada? Little known fact that I used to live in Canada. I spent from the time I was about 3.5 years old to the time I was 7.5. I lived in Three Hills, Alberta, if you know where that is. It's it probably sounds super loud on the microphone. It's a super tiny town. So, Mark, good. Glad to hear things are good. Paul, yeah. I have like 5 64 gigabyte SD cards. The problem is now I shoot everything in 4K unless I specifically need slow motion with my bigger cameras. Then I'll shoot that in something else. But I'll shoot it in 1080 or whatever. But it uses up a lot of space really quick. So yeah, I decided it was time for me to start getting 128 gigs. So. John Burnett, you're between Texas and Oklahoma right now on Interstate 40 going east. Nice. I've lived a lot of places in my life. So I lived in Lake of the Ozarks, just north of Interstate 44. But yeah, driven down through Oklahoma and northern Texas. Good Lord. They make these packages so you can't possibly... like a nuclear bomb could go off. And all of these little SD cards and stuff they sell will be totally fine. Toronto, Alberta is too dang cold. Yes, it is. I remember that very well. It was cold. The problem was, because it's kind of in the plains of Canada, oh my gosh. I just want the SD card. Good Lord. The problem is the plains there, it's super windy and just cold as could be. So, David Salisbury, I know, it looked scary, didn't it? Yeah, I have, well, not for a long time, but I have cut myself before. So, this arrived in the mail today, GoPro Hero 8, which I'm very excited about. Well, and... I say I'm very excited about it. I don't know if that's actually true. I'm excited about a couple of things. I'm really not excited about a couple of things that they've done. I'm excited about Time Warp 2.0. That I'm excited to try. The Hyper Smooth, be putting this up against the Osmo Action. I'm excited there's no, hey, Real Light, that there's no cage required anymore, because that was, I think, one of the worst things about that. Oh wait, I don't need this for this. that was one of the worst things about the GoPro Hero 7 was the cage. Just like putting it in and out of that cage did not work well. The cage was so tight. Yeah, so there it is, the GoPro Hero 8. Let's see. There we go. So this is interesting. I'm assuming. Watch me bust it right now. Huh. So this is one of the things I'm really not excited about. That the fact that you can't exchange or change out the lens anymore yourself is really, really a bummer. I think that was a bad move on GoPro's part, personally. But then there are several things I've thought of that were bad ideas on GoPro's part, and you know, they don't really listen to me, so not that I think they would or anything. Good Lord. Well, for a door, that is one tight ceiling door. See if I can get this screen protector off the rear. Off the rear here. Oh, there we go. Good grief. So, GoPro Hero 8. Exciting. Let's see what sort of accessories. Joe, that's true. It is so flat. It's like Kansas in the U.S. It's just flat. You can see for days. So on the this is the other thing. They're only giving you one of these curve mounts now, which I think is dumb because these are dirt cheap. Why? I know they're in trouble. There's a reason they're in trouble. They haven't been innovating for years. And then you know, the USB-C cable, and then the new battery, which supposedly is different than the old batteries in some ways, but not that much in most ways. So oh, that's interesting. So the door, you know, you just got one access point now. You have to pop this little thing down here, and then the whole side of the camera opens. I'm not sure I like that or not. And you know, it's the usual fluff and stuff and things. I need to put this on a charger. Where's my? I'm gonna get one of my other batteries so we can turn this thing on and boot it up. So let's see. Looks nice. You do like the screen on the front of the Osmo. Yeah, so there are two things I think that GoPro really missed the boat on this one. Is one, they didn't put a front screen in. You have to buy the front-facing screen from them for $80, which is ridiculous. And then two, the fact that you can't... I don't care if this lens sticks out another millimeter or 3 millimeters. That's fine. Just make it so that I can replace it myself, because as an action camera, this thing goes places that no other camera will. But what do I know? So I'm going to play you some music while I grab my battery real quick. All right, I'm back. Did y'all miss me? So the good thing is they didn't change the actual batteries from the 5, 6, and 7 are all compatible with the Hero 8, which is good. Oh, I need my SD card case too. Oh, you know what? I got an SD card right here. I think that putting that card in, you probably can't see this, but look how, like, you can't even, you barely can touch the card with your fingertips when you're putting it in. So, and the fact they don't have the HDMI out, I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to test it out a bunch this weekend, the rest of this week and this weekend, to try and see what I can do. Agree to all the legal stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Blah, blah, blah. And that's the thing, Drone Worship. There's no HDMI port. They took that away. They just have a USB-C. It'd be interesting to see if a USB-C to HDMI cable would work, but I have a feeling you have to buy an accessory from them, which is why this very well might be the last GoPro I buy. I'm not super excited about the direction they're going. So there are a couple of things with the GoPros, and the Osmo Action suffers from this as well, is when you're underwater, you have to set everything up before you go underwater. So if you're a scuba diver, which was one of the main things this camera was used for by a lot of people, if you're a scuba diver, you have to set all your settings before you go under, because once you go under, the touchscreen stops working and there's no buttons to be able to change it after the fact. And it just, man, I need to add a new camera. Yep. It's irritating. It's dumb. The HDMI port, the fact that they, I know it's because they sell accessories at a ridiculously high price, like their audio accessory for the GoPro Hero 7 that was, what was it, $50, and you couldn't even hardly ever get it because they didn't do it that often. But it just, man, maybe GoPro will come out with a battery grip. Yeah, they might, Realight. So, Drone Worship. Yeah, exactly. With no HDMI port on there is just dumb. Although I'm not sure why you're talking about drones, but whatever. I don't understand. Oh, lost connection though. And this is the other thing that the thing I'm mostly curious about this is if it will, if they fix the software enough, if they fix the software enough to where it doesn't lock up all of the time, because my GoPro Hero 7 locked up a fair amount. And if I was to, recommend it now, I would recommend people get the Osmo Action, because the GoPro Hero 7 it was a bit unreliable. And good Lord. Yeah. There's a reason I don't use that SD card that I grabbed, is it's a piece of crap. And so, but this weekend I'm taking it. I'm going to meet up with another YouTuber up here in Alaska. We're going to do some collaboration. We're going to go find some ice caves and test the low light of this thing. And on the way, we'll test a lot of the other things about the camera to see how well it handles. We'll do a back and forth between all of the Osmo Action and maybe the Sony FDRX 3000, which is still one of my favorite cameras. I got to fix mine because parts of it, the lens and the lens glue is coming loose, and so and that was, I guess, a problem with some of the FDRX 3000s from Sony. It's a great camera, but the glue they used dried out after a few years and stopped working as it was supposed to. There we go. Good grief. So much packaging and stuff. And of course you have to update the camera. So let me catch up on the chat and see what you all are saying. Drone Worship. Let's see. David Salisbury. That's funny. I had a friend that was named Dana Salisbury, and so I might call you Dana a bunch. The foldable legs feel solid. They do to me. Let's see. They feel solid enough. Actually, yeah, they feel pretty solid. I like the way they go in. They click, or they make a little snap sound, which is kind of nice. What did this just turn off? What's going on? Gotta join the Wi-Fi. The thing I am excited about it is this front-facing mic here, which should be better than the other ones, because basically the whole thing I'm going to use this for is anytime I'm out in really nasty weather. Well, assuming it works well, I'm going to use it for anytime I'm out in really nasty weather. I'll be using this. And actually what I've been thinking, or what I've been planning is I want to start doing videos about how I do the videos I do, like the work it takes, the travel it takes, all that, the preparation, everything to do the videos that produce the videos I put out there. And I want to basically have one camera like this that's pretty easy point and shoot and will capture at least decent stuff. Good Lord. Oh. Now it's the micro SD card is too full, so now I have to go get a different SD card. All right, let's see. I don't know if I like this new door. Let me just take that off. And then getting the SD card out is it's even harder than the original, or the other one. Which is saying something, because the other one wasn't that easy either. So, let's see. I'll just stick one of these in there. You really have to push it in a ways. Okay, continue transferring the files to my camera. So, but yeah, David, see, I told you I was going to call you Dana. The legs feel pretty solid. You've got the mic here, the front-facing mic here, and then a mic port down here or in here, or there's a mic port in there. Anyway, the one thing I really want to test is how well this thing handles wind, because according to their videos, of course, it handles wind great. But I'm very curious to see how it actually handles wind. And I will say, David, the way these little guys are mounted in there, it looks like that's fairly, that would be fairly easy to replace. If these do break. If they break too easily, that'll be a bummer. But there are little magnets in there that keep these up, so these won't they won't end up just dropping and drooping all of the time like after use, which is good. That's good. I'm glad they thought of that at least. That door that's interesting. You have to put some pressure on that door to get it to close all the way. There it is. So, and then the other thing I got was this Low Pro. I got this Low Pro multi-bag thing because this ThinkTake one is great, but it wasn't quite enough space for what I need. So, all right, 76%, 77%. It's getting there. So I think, yeah, so far, I like the finish too. The finish isn't like all rubberized. The front is rubberized, the back is rubberized, but the sides are like more kind of matte, polished. Well, it's more plastic, but polished plastic, sort of. So I kind of like that. I think that might hold up to the abuse a little bit better. Let's see. I know Drone Worship. John, what do you mean? What would I use instead of a GoPro? Curious. Let me know what you mean, David. Yeah, I think you're gonna have to. I think the downside of this design is you're gonna have to make sure you tighten your mounts down all the way to make sure they're good and tight. So, all right, Paul. I'll see you later, brother. Have a good one. So Kuro, you have a GoPro 7 and it's good enough for anything. Yeah, and that's the thing. I think the changes made on this they're incremental. They're not huge. They're not groundbreaking. You know, if you've been happy with the Hero 7, I don't see any real reason to upgrade personally. I did. Just I want to be able to help people out and get info out there. My main reason for upgrading was the front-facing mic. If it's that much better than the original for like out when I'm out in windy weather, that's also really stormy, aka right now in Alaska. I want to try it out. So yeah, but I know the problems with this will be low light performance, won't be great. I think my update's almost installed. Yay, update complete. Okay, good deal. Let's go. My Hero 8 is ready. So it says that I need to use the GoPro Hero 8 battery for the actual really good, uber amazing performance. Can you all see the picture? I'm sure that looks terrible on the camera, but so interesting. Looks like they, oh yeah, they redid the menu a little bit. You can hit slow-mo right away. Turn slow-mo off. That's actually, I like that. That's a good idea. Let me see if I can change. I think the other thing they changed, yeah, you can do custom presets, yada, yada, yada. Okay, whatever. I want to go into settings. And okay, so you can add a new preset. You can manage them. That's not bad. One of the things I'm excited is supposedly at 4K you can do linear mode on 4K now. Yeah, Mark, that's just the setup here. It actually doesn't look that blown out to me looking here. It's hard to tell on such a small screen, but I can definitely tell there's noise. Big surprise. Let me turn boost mode off. Let's see, let's go back here. And let's do a new, let's see. So it looks like you have to add presets. Yeah, okay. 4K 60, lens wide. See, that's cool. You can do and then you can do Pro Tune. Well, this is interesting. On-screen shortcuts. Yeah, okay. Oh, go away. Whoops. Ugh. Wow, this is very... The touchscreen feels a lot more responsive. Okay. Gosh. Than it did before. There's that. Lens, wide. I don't want to do wide. I want to do linear. What else can you do? Super view. So you can do super view now, and you can do wide, and you can do linear, which I like linear because linear looks like normal, you know. Mark, you have the Hero 6, looking to the Hero 8, waiting to hear how the microphone sounds on it. Well, stand by, because the next few videos I post are probably going to be on the GoPro. You can choose, okay, you can choose your bit rate, high bit rate, shutter, EV, white balance. That's the other thing is I always end up setting the, and their sharpness is always so high. And I know, it's part of it, but good Lord, people. All right, there we go. I'm going to call this, what are we going to call this? Epic, mounted, outdoor, POV, selfie, skate, snow, trail, travel, water. So it doesn't look like you can't pick a ton of names. Maybe you can there. Anyway, I'm going to call this Epic. That is not what oh, geez. Not exactly what I said, but let's see if I can go and edit it. Okay, I can. hyper smooth. So you can't do the hyper smooth. You can't do hyper smooth high at 4K 60. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back. We'll do that. Now, go to preferences. Let's see, general. I'm turn the volume beep on low because I don't want it on. Power off. Wow, you can go power off quite a bit longer than it was. Anti-flicker. Yeah, that's good there. Not bad. A lot of it's laid out the same as it was, although just the movement around this thing feels a lot faster than it was. Actually, before I format this SD card, I should make sure this is one of my new ones. I'm not erasing a bunch of footage. So it's really pretty responsive, which I like. Oh, that's the deal. You can't do 4K 60 in linear mode. You can only do 4K 30 in linear mode. 4K 60 has to be in wide. All right, well, whatever. That's fine. I don't want to do the slow motion thing. So, yeah, not bad. Feels like it's getting pretty warm already, which is kind of crazy. It's powering off. So, not bad. You know, not bad at all. Yeah. Got other questions on it? It's interesting. So, I'll put it up against the Osmo Action, put it up against the GoPro Hero 7, and I'll put it up against the Sony FDRX 3000, assuming it's going to work well enough for me to do that. It's going to take some getting used to not having a cage. Interesting. Definitely got warm pretty fast. It got warm faster than the Hero 7 did. I'll say that. So, Joan Worship. Oh, thanks, man. Have a good one. Oh, the HDMI cable for FPV drones. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. Interesting. GoPro Hero 8. Be testing that out. And seeing what it's like here the next few days. Giving it a good run for its money and see how it handles Alaska. So, what else is going on? Anybody got any questions about that? Question about the Weeble Lab. Probably not going to stream for much longer tonight, just because, you know, I got family and stuff like that I want to go say hi to, because I basically ran from work straight to here, ran down here, and found that I had a whole bunch of problems. Mark H., you can add an external microphone. You have to buy their media thing that's big and bulky, and it makes it not waterproof, but it also costs like $80. But I understand that media add-on, like it adds a little shotgun mic of its own that's supposedly, it's supposed to be pretty good. And then it adds a couple of other things that are supposed to, increase the usability. Whether it does or not, we'll see. But we'll see. Yeah, actually, I was supposed to get a free SD card with this. I better look and make sure I got it. So media mod, $80. It's $80 to add the media mod. So you basically, pop this door off and the media mod clips on there. And then you get, what do you get? A built-in directional microphone. It gives you a couple of cold shoe mounts, which are okay. And then you can add a mic into the 3.5 millimeter port that's in the media mod. So, add some versatility, but at $80, it's hard for me to. And that's the thing. The Osmo Action's $350, $320, $330, depending on, if you catch it on sale or anything like that. This is $400, and then to add on a front-facing screen or to add on the ability to, have a good quality, high quality external audio, you're going to add another $160 to it. So I understand why GoPro's doing that. It's going to make them a lot of money, but maybe. But I think they're kind of missing the boat in like really trying to help their customers. I don't know. There's a lot of opportunity for companies like DJI and stuff like that to come in and really, really clean it up. So, and yeah, like you have to get the display mod in order to have an HDMI connector, which is dumb. And that's the thing too, because like Drone Worship made a good point. If you're using this on an FPV drone, or drone that you want to plug in HDMI into so you can feed yourself some signal out of the GoPro, you can't do that now without the media mod. But the media mod is just the absolute worst thing you could possibly try and plug into a drone and make it, put it on an FPV drone, because you don't need the screen on an FPV drone. And so anyway, but the screen attaches, like you have to have the media mod in order to use the display mod or the light mod. So you're gonna, that's $160. It's $210. That's $210 more that you're gonna spend to add the accessories to this to make it into a very usable vlogging rig. So, and at that point, you're over halfway toward getting a 6400 or an A6000 series camera. And it just, I don't know. I think GoPro is kind of missing the boat on this, but it's not me. It's not my company. So I had a good friend who used to design for them and work for them, and he left because they were going more and more this direction and not very user friendly, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, exactly, Mark H. So with the Osmo Action, you get a camera that can basically do everything this does. The colors they're okay, and I wish they would update the firmware where you can adjust the sharpness on the Action instead of having it just set at what it is. But it just, you get a front-facing screen, you get the rear-facing screen. You can plug in a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter adapter and get great audio into it right away. There is no HDMI out, but I guess that's a thing of the past now, which is sad. Real light pictures, the media mod is good if you want to vlog, but do enough people vlog with a GoPro? That's the thing. I don't know. The only reason I'm gonna, I got this so I could, put out info on it and help people out with it. But and I was thinking that I would use this kind of as my main camera for filming myself while I'm out filming stuff, because I wanted to do some behind the scenes stuff for people. And so I thought, well, if this has good audio with this microphone as it is, it'll be good because I can kind of run around with it and not have to worry about the weather and stuff like that. But I don't know. We'll see. The iPhone, real light pictures, the iPhone 11 seems like a better portable vlogging camera. And that's the thing. Like if you look at the stabilization on the newest phones, the iPhone 11 Pro and all those, it's ridiculous. And then you also have a phone plus a portable editing rig plus you can do tons of stuff with a phone now. You can't do all that with this. And honestly, the phones get pretty good audio now too. Their processing power is insane. So I think right now probably, I mean, we're gonna do a comparison, but I would guess that the Osmo Action is gonna be the action camera to buy right now. Like that's the good camera for this kind of stuff. That's my feeling. I don't know. GoPro. And the other thing is, I have to say the Osmo Action has been pretty rock solid performer for me. Whereas the GoPro Hero 7, it's locked up a fair amount, and it's anytime it locks up when it's recording, it like corrupts the files on the SD card. So you don't lose ones that were already recorded, but the one that was recording is done, and you have to format the card in the GoPro in order for it to write again to that card, and so obviously you don't want to format it while your other files are on there. So it's really not a good plan. But we'll give this thing a shot. We'll see how it does. We'll see. I mean, I don't care if it's the smallest action camera out there. I would rather have usability of a couple extra buttons that you can change without having to do the touchscreen, because if you hit water, if you're in water, the touchscreen stops working. And the option at least to like this is a big door, and I know the batteries in there and stuff, but the option to at least have an external mic jack would be really, really nice. And this is, that's a thing of the past. The Osmo Action, it seems like, and that's the thing, like DJI now the ball's in DJI's court. They're going to do the Osmo Action 2. In my opinion, they won't have to do a lot to make it a very solid, way better action camera than GoPro, just via the feature set they already have on it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in the next 6 months for action cameras. And real light, going back to your comment about do enough people vlog on the GoPro with a GoPro, I don't think so. I mean, this here you have it. You already have it with you. It's in your pocket all the time. And now with the stabilization, this is a vlogging rig because it's ready to go any minute. Rather than carrying an extra one of these that, even if they did improve the battery life 25% or 30%, your batteries are still going to die on this thing pretty quickly. Whereas this, even recording, you're going to have hours and hours of shooting time. Yeah, Paul, that's kind of what I think, man. I don't want them to go down, but I feel like Nick has just kind of closed his ears off to the owner of GoPro, Woodman. Like he's just, I don't feel like he's listening to the customers very well, or listening to market demand very well. And I mean, what was it, like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, or 6 years ago? Geez, it might be like 10 years ago now. But GoPro was $1 billion company, multi-billion dollar company valuation wise. Now it's, just not anywhere near $1 billion, which is a shame. So, because they could have done a lot more, and they could have done a lot. They could have done differently. They were working with DJI for a while to develop drones and work with GoPros, and then they decided they wanted to do their own thing, and yeah, it just is what it is. So, yeah, GoPro was a trendsetter, Mark. You're right. It was the trendsetter, and the thing was, it was innovating. It was pushing the boundaries, and I haven't seen them really, really, truly push the boundaries. Like if you took this and you put a bigger, better sensor in it to where it did much better at low light, and then still had stabilization or better, there's ways they could innovate that would really set the trends. But it just they haven't been doing it. It's like, it's too bad, you know. Bigger sensor, front screen. They could do a lot of things to really improve the GoPro, but they're not. So, you know, that's the way it goes. Anyway, I don't know, Mark. That's what I'm going to check out here in a few days. I'm going to run up to some of the glacier ice caves and basically film everything with this. Test the low light performance. Test the stabilization. We're going to test some of the other modes, the Hyper or Time Warp 2.0 and stuff like that. They say it's better in low light, but we'll see. We'll see in a spectacular location because it'll be it's low light for sure, and it's glacier ice caves. So on the way, I'm hoping, you know, to be able to test the microphone, wind resistance, stuff like that. It'll be very interesting inside the caves because there's a lot of noise there. So it'll be interesting to see how well this mic picks up me, you know, holding it like this from my face while I'm in there, competing against the water and stuff like that that's in the caves. And then of course the low light performance. That'll be the big thing, is how well does it do in low light. To me, that'll be a big thing. Because the other stuff, GoPro footage always looks amazing when it's really bright and sunny and beautiful, and but low light has been the thing that has killed them in anything else. So yeah, Mark, in the ice caves, coming soon. Let's see, sensor size, real light sensor size is the same as the Osmo. I don't know if they're using the same sensor. I think they're using different sensors, but it's the same. I think DJI probably leveraged some of Hasselblad's technology there, but it's the same, you know, 1/2 inch sensor, 2/3 inch sensor. So small sensor, hence the problem with low light. Like, and that's one of the things, like, they could innovate that if they wanted to. They could create a better low light action camera, which would be amazing if they did. But yeah, so far, and it's difficult with sensor sizes, but it could be done. Look at the stuff they're doing with phones now. It's amazing. So yeah, is what it is. I'm gonna wrap it up now. But before I do, what do you think about Wednesday nights? Wednesday nights about this time, maybe a little earlier. Well, definitely earlier than when we started tonight, because hopefully I won't have all of the problems I've had tonight. But do you think Wednesday night's a good night? Let me know, because I want to get a regular streaming evening to go. So, or to stream regularly. So Mark H, you hope overheating is an issue. So overheating is always a little bit of an issue for action cameras because they're so small, they're so compact, but this one heated up surprisingly fast. Of course, now take that with a caveat of, I did turn it on, I updated the software and a bunch of stuff like that. So I was making the camera work fairly hard, but we'll see. I don't know how well I'll be able to test the overheating issue. I'll probably have to do it in here, because if I do it out in the ice caves, that's not going to matter. It's not warm out there. So that if it overheats out there, there's a major problem. But I don't expect that it will. Real light, if DJI put the Hasselblad Mavic Pro 2 sensor in the Osmo, it would be killer. It would be. Actually, that would be phenomenal. And I would really, really like to see that happen. So... Mark, you can every other Wednesday. Real Light Wednesday works for you. Well, fantastic. I think we'll probably just make it a Wednesday thing then. About the same time, you know, it's like an hour ago. We'll do that, and yeah, I'll get the stream link uploaded or set up earlier, and that was part of the problem tonight too. Is I tried to set it up with my phone, but then apparently you can't do that on your phone and then come in and log into the desktop and go into that stream. It just didn't work that way. So anyway, yeah, awesome, Paul, good deal. Has your Weeble Lab or Weeble S shipped yet? Do you know? Have you gotten any notifications on that? Because I see there's a few people out there that have received them. I'm kind of curious if they're shipping them out yet, or if they've started shipping them. I will say you're going to be happy with it. It's a great gimbal. Between the Weeble S and the DJI Ronin SC, it's just strictly feature sets is as far as, because I've been using the Weeble a lot since I got it. The quality, the smoothness, and I love the form factor. Awesome AVP films. So it might. The only thing is I haven't been able to use the tracking, object tracking yet. They haven't released that in the firmware that I'm using. They said they were going to this week, but they haven't done that yet. So I'm very curious if their object tracking has improved a lot from the first version, then the Weeble Lab or the Weeble S might just be my go-to gimbal now, because I do like the form factor. There's a few things I still really like about the Ronin SC overall. Being able to switch between modes with a push of a button and stuff like that is great, but the changes they made to the firmware on the Weeble S is fantastic. The changes they made to the design so you can balance much bigger, much heavier lenses on it than you could before, and not have to remove eyepieces or connect to the back arm is terrific. They've really done a good job. So I think DJI will probably take note of it, and on the SC version 2 or whatever, they'll make the changes to the structure of the gimbal to make it so it can do bigger lenses and camera combos. But man, I've been impressed with mine. The footage is really smooth. It's really good. So earliest estimate is November 3rd. Yeah, I wonder. Oh, October 23rd. Yeah, just hang on, buddy. It'll get here. October 23rd is not that far away. AVP Films. Yeah, so when you get it, let me know what you think. I'm very curious to see what you think. Yeah, Paul, I agree. Weeble underslung mode is the bomb, and that's why I got that handle for the Ronin S. And it works well. It just, having it, the form factor, I really like the Weeble form factor, and I'm so glad that somebody is going outside of the normal standard form factor of gimbals. I think it's brilliant. I can't wait to see where it goes in the next few years. So I don't know. It's a hard choice, man. The Ronin SC and the Weeble S are very neck and neck ability-wise, but they're both great gimbals. And I think it really comes down to feature set, in-camera charging, underslung mode, bigger, heavier lenses, Weeble S all the way, object tracking, and like the programmable tracking points where you can have the gimbal move and stop for a minute or two and then move to the next one. All that is really great on the Weeble or the Ronin SC. So my final review that I've been working on, and probably be another week or two before I get it out, because I want to use it long enough to really know it and understand it, is I got to test the time-lapse modes on the Weeble S, see how that works, and then I'm hoping they give me new firmware that I can test out the object tracking and some of the other ones. So Harrison Family Vlogs, you made a live stream. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad you're here. The weight is light enough to vlog with. So yeah, so I'm shooting, I use the Sony 6400 with a Sigma 16 1.4. It's a great setup for that. So when I go to these places that I go to, I have my backpack, but I'm almost always carrying the camera and the gimbal with one hand. And a lot of times I'm like, climbing over rocks and stuff like that. So it's light. It's not as light as like a little action cam or something like that, but it's very lightweight. And I've had no trouble carrying it around for most of a day. Like no issue at all. Did you lose my signal? Am I still going? Anyway, no issue at all. It works really, really well. Let's see if I can log back in. Okay, so I'm still going. Good. Yeah, it's a great setup with the A6400, and especially that Sigma lens is so good. It's fantastic. Okay, Mark, good. Glad to hear it. So I think it'd be a fantastic vlogging setup especially for family stuff. I don't think you'd be sorry at all if that's the direction you go. So I am going to test it. When I test it, I'm going to test everything with the exact same camera and lens combos that I use on each one. So it's going to take a while for me to put the video together because I got to shoot it a lot. But because I want it to be as close to an accurate test as possible. So, but yeah. So Harrison Family Vlogs. In fact, all of the walking parts of my the what's in my bag video I just released yesterday, all the walking parts of that were shot with the Weeble S and the A64, or no, it was the Weeble S and my A7 III with the Tamron 17 to 28 mil lens on it, which is heavier than the A6400 would be. But so you can get an idea of how smooth it is. It was so smooth. It just because and that's why I did that in my kind of initial thoughts video is I am not trying to walk smoothly because I can't. I'm walking over really uneven, very treacherous ground, rocks, all kinds of uneven stuff. And in fact, let me see if I can pull this in real quick. Because this is a great example of the Weeble Lab. Good Lord, I'm going to call it the Weeble Lab so much. And I know it's not that, but I will end up calling it that a lot. Come on, why aren't you doing this? There we go, desktop. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, that's a bad idea. I thought I had. Anyway, tell you what, Harrison Family Vlogs, right after the stream is over, I'm going to post on Instagram. So are you on Instagram or Twitter? Let me know if you're on Instagram or Twitter first. But I'm going to post on one of those short little like 20-second video clip that I shot with the Weeble S inside the ice caves using my A7 III and the 17 to 28. And I'm moving, in that video, I am moving over rocks that are, 2.5, 3 feet high. And that will give you an idea of how smooth that gimbal is. But let me know if you're on Instagram or if you're on, okay, great. So I'll post on my Instagram, because it's really pretty cool. So, but I'll post it as soon as the stream's over. I'll post it there, and you can get a view it. Actually, it might be on my Instagram story right now. I thought I posted it. Let's see if I did. I did. So my Instagram story, if you go watch my Instagram story right now on Instagram, that is what I was Paul. That is the Weeble S with the A7 III and a 17 to 28. So that is a 3-mile hike from where I park my car. It's a 1,000-foot climb. It's all over very uneven, rocky terrain, and I carried the gimbal with the camera the whole way, the whole day, and then we were back, 5 hours later. And it's easy to carry, easy to do. And the nice thing is when you're tired or when you want to not carry it like this, you can put the handle on the underslung mode and then just walk with it down at your side, lock all the arms and stuff, and that makes it really, really great. So yeah, it's great. I would, if you're gonna get it though, the Harrison, I'll just call you Harrison, then definitely get the hold on. If you're gonna get the Weeble S, lock this down. You definitely want to get these things. These things are worth their weight in gold. I have bought so many extra sets of those just because it's so fast, so easy to connect, take this off, put it up here. It's $40, unless you get a package that they come with, but it's, if you get, you have to get two. You need two. Thanks, Paul. Yeah, exactly. You need two. But it's worth it. Absolutely worth it. So, real light pictures, why not get two handles? So, and you can watch my accessories for the Weeble Lab video. I go through all my accessories there. So the reason not to do two handles at the same time is if you do selfie mode at all, which I'm assuming Harrison Family Vlogs that you're going to be doing selfie mode. Gosh, you know what? I care. Paul might have to help me out here. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description here shortly. Let's see. Let me pull it up right now. Let's see. Where's my videos? I keep changing the layout of YouTube, and it makes it really difficult to find stuff. Way down here. Here we go. This one. So, here you go, Harrison. That video there. That's all. Those are all really great accessories that I use with the Weevil Labs. Most of them, or at least 2 or 3 of them, are the ones made by Yoon, or however you say the name. But these quick connects here, you get 2. They're fantastic. Oh, and actually, if you there was a deal. I found a deal on Amazon the other day. Let me see if I can find it real quick. There was a deal on Amazon that if you bought the phone holder, you got 2 of the clips it was like for $70, but the phone holder's normally $50, and then the normal things it was like $20 off, which I guess, it's not that huge of a deal, but it was $20 off. So it's $20 you can go spend on something else. Let me see if I can find that deal again. Well, and then spell check changes all of my... I type it in enough. You would think spell check would have learned by now that I actually do mean... This is it. Now, I'm going to drop this in the chat. Harrison Family Blogs. That is that's an affiliate link. I'll also put it in the description of this video. But this video will go back to unlisted there. But anyway, so yeah, just FYI, that's an affiliate link, and it is what it is. So, but I do appreciate it if you want to support the channel. If you don't, then just go shop without it. Let's see. All right. So Wednesday night is going to be probably the new live stream day, and an hour ago will be our start time. I appreciate you all hanging out with me and chatting with me tonight. All right, it's in the description of the video. So thanks for all the fact that you guys watch the videos I put out there. I really appreciate it. It's fun for me. I love it. It's awesome, and the fact that you all like them too is really cool. I really appreciate it. So the Weeble S is lighter. It's almost exactly the same weight, Sizzleman. Even though they put bigger, more powerful motors in, it's basically the same exact weight. So, it's like there might be a few grams left, but it's not a difference enough to really be noticeable. So, but yeah. And, obviously, if you take some of the accessories off, I've got quite a bit of stuff on here right now. It'll get heavier if you start adding accessories on. So, anyway, but great gimbal. My full like in-depth review will be coming here in the next couple of weeks because I really want to use it for a little while to really get a handle on everything. Plus, I'm waiting for some updates on the beta firmware that I'm using to make sure that all of the features they say work on this actually work, like object tracking and stuff like that. So, yeah. I realized I am in the same exact boat. I know exactly what you mean. So, Andre Harrison, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I know a few people are joining late. So typically Wednesday night, starting about 1 hour ago, or whatever time zone you are in this world here, this is when I do a live stream, is 1 hour ago on this night or day or morning or whatever. So, hey, Michelle, I want to make sure I said hi to you. I saw you changed your name. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you again. So, Andre Harrison, thanks for tuning in and saying hi. So, anyway, I got to run because I got family stuff I got to go do and attend to, and one of my kids has not been feeling the best, so I'm going to go try and help alleviate some of that. But yeah, Paul, I asked my wife to watch my videos before I post them to see what she thinks, and usually she rolls her eyes and just moves on. So it's one of those things. Anyway, So, but then she asked me to like listen to the podcast she does and stuff like that. I get like it's quid pro quo. Like if she's gonna watch my videos, I'm gonna listen to her podcast to try and give the best feedback I can. So anyway, but hey, appreciate you all. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'll see you next week, same time, same place for a live stream. And not that we're stuck to any one particular topic, because if you've got questions about anything else I do, always ask. I'm happy to answer. And then I will have a new video coming, I think on Monday or Tuesday next week. I'm going to, it's an odd video, but it'll be fun. I'm going to show you how to build this binaural audio recording rig, just because if you haven't messed around with it, it's not that expensive and it's really, really fun. And if you're into making ASMR videos, then it's the way to go. So anyway, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me on the live stream. I'll see you on the next live stream next week, same time, same place. Until then, have a great week. And thanks. I really appreciate you all watching, commenting on, liking, sharing, and giving me your feedback and thoughts in the videos. I really do. So I will see you all later.